Welcome back to FryMinis. I'm Eric, and today we're going to talk about the best way to store and organize your tabletop miniatures. Okay, if there has been one single most requested video topic, it's this. How does FryMinis store his minis? Well, you're looking at it. Okay, so in this special video, I'm going to show you how I store and organize my minis. I've got a whole fancy system, and as we go, take a guess at how many minis I have, because at the end, we're going to count them up. But first, if you like miniature painting and Dungeons & Dragons Dungeon Master Advice videos, be sure to click subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. So I use these IKEA letter trays as shelves. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It might be Kvissle, Kvissle, however you say it. They're great. They're only $20 each. They've got 4 pull-out trays. Most large or smaller miniatures fit inside standing up, and if they don't, you can usually lay them down. And up top, I've got some basic acrylic display shelves. I've got links for both in the description. Okay, so how do I actually do it? It's really simple. I use a label maker and create tags that go on the front of each drawer. Each tray system will generally be one type of thing. So humanoid player character type things or undead. And then each shelf will be a specific thing. So for the player characters, you'll see I've got them sorted out by weapon type, by general archetypes like bard or druid, things that make it clear and easy and quick to find what I need. Up on the top we have giants sorted by type, 2 types per shelf. Up on acrylic displays for easy viewing. And then after the true giants, we move into giant type. So trolls, ettins, ogres, etc. On the second row we have dragons. So we've got undead dragons, dracoliches, skeletal dragons, shadow dragons, our metallic dragons. Then we move into the chromatic dragons with green, white, and black dragons, blue and red dragons, and then extra dragons. So dragon turtles, wyverns, hydras, and fairy dragons. Great sword, great axe, polearm, maul. We're sorted by weapon type. Dual wielding and one-handed weapons. A sword and shield, and then a shield and something else. It's like a mace. Archers and monks. And then down here we've got our extra invisible minis that we never actually use. So over here we have kind of magic people generally. We have magic users with a staff, and then a dagger or a book. Our druid and natural bards, and then spell effects of fire or magic missile type thing. So for rogues, we have more of a city rogue, small rogue, fancy rogue, and then our assassin kind of rogues. And then down here, townsfolk. So merchants and nobles and executioners, laborers, all sorts. All right, we've got more humanoids, guards, pirates, and cultists. Our Underdark, so drow, snurfeblin, etc., and kobolds, including vampire spawn. It's a large category of goblinoids, so bugbears, hobgoblins, goblins, all sorts. And then orcs and gnolls. I have way more gnolls than I ever actually use. A little more monstrous. We've got plants, so myconids and blights. Were creatures, werewolves, boars, rats, bears, or weremedillos. Fae. We've got anything from hags to unicorns to dryads. Then down here we've got tiny flyers, so Vargwheel, gazers, just little floaty bits, and then swarms. Okay, up here we've got some undead, skeletons, zombies, including zombie beholders and a zombie shark, miscellaneous undead, including revenants and bodaks and liches. And then over here we've got ghosts and other incorporeal creatures. And then on the bottom we have our corporeal undead, so vampires, mummies, and our ghoulish creatures, ghouls, wights, things like that. Alright, here we have mostly kind of constructs. So we have miscellaneous constructs, it's animated spells, steel defenders type things, including animated doors, golems roughly sorted by type, and modrons and oozes. As we get into beasts, we have cats and dogs, so lions and wolves, bears, and elephants and mammoths. Continuing with beasts, we have miscellaneous mammals, so pigs and monkeys and rodents. Beasts of burden, that'll be cows and deer and horses and goats. Birds, luckily I only have a couple of birds because birds are gross. And bugs, so scorpions, spiders, leeches, etc. And up here we have watery things, so crocodiles, alligators, crabs, frogs, octopuses. Over here we have reptiles, dinosaurs, snakes, turtles, and orcas. Okay, over here we have different humanoid types. So we've got frogs, so grungs and bullywugs, turtles, and lizard folk. So many lizard folk. Aquatic, we've got different sorts of marine people, Sahuagin, Koatoa, Tritons, crab people. Up here, celestials and Githyanki, Githzerai. And then up top with our miscellaneous humanoids, all sorts of everything else. So bird people, cat people, bug people, fire nuke people, elephant people, and just kind of a catch-all. Alright, on the bottom row we have terrain. So we've got kind of a inn and tavern type. Commerce, merchant area. Storage and gold. And then kind of a culty, wizard, temple stuff. Over here we focus on outdoor stuff. Got a couple lights, statues and stone things, pillars and cave parts, and then outdoor village, so fire, camping kind of stuff. In this one we're getting a little more urban. Got castle bits, fighting kind of armory type stuff, miscellaneous junk, markers, flags, some wall pieces, cemetery, and then just kind of stone walls. And then our real cemetery, mausoleum area, coffins, tombstones, even some corpses. And then in our last one we've got spell effects. Most of these are from the WizKids set. We've got standalone objects like dancing lights, summonings, spiritual weapon, elemental weapon, big bees, and fire and ice. These are all wall effects. Great for walls of fire, walls of ice. And more room. But guess what? That's not the end of my miniature storage adventure. I have a closet full of minis, including my wall of shame of unpainted minis. So that is the FryMinis main storage area, aka my background. We've got space for the giant dragons up top. If you ever want a full tour, let me know in the comments. But if we come around here through the painting stuff, this is where we've got another closet. Now down here is our Unpainted Minis section. As you can see, we have quite a few. These are roughly sorted by type, so kind of creatures that are animals. We've got rogues and archers, townsfolk of all sorts, wizards and casters, and fighter types, all sorted out. And we have shelves and shelves of unpainted and mostly unsorted miniatures down here. We've got goblins and other critters. This is mostly terrain, undead, beasts, and combo packs that need to be assembled. Very fancy things. And over here we have even more unpainted minis. Loose leaf and boxes and bags that need to be assembled. And across the top we have some larger unpainted minis. So this side of the wall is mostly monstrosities. On this side we've got shelves of centaurs and harpies and burrowing creatures like enkhegs, doppelgangers and mimics, elementals of all sorts, down all the way to winged creatures like griffins and sphinxes and manticores. And across the top we have other stuff like Cthulhu and Banderhobbs and froghemoths and krakens and ents and bahirs. Below that we have Aberrations, so mind flayers, slod, and all sorts of other stuff. Aboleths, scary things, cloakers, grells, and beholders. Moving down again, we have cats and dogs. We have displacer beasts and death dogs. Over to snakes, medusas, gricks, the spiders, scorpions, and carapaced creatures. Below that we have owl bears of all regional varieties, gray renders and yetis and monkey type things, over to bull, catoblepus, and minotaurs. On this side of the wall we have demons, devils, fiends, and other stuff. Up first we have demons, moving over to devils, a couple acrylic stands to keep it fancy, and miscellaneous fiends such as hellhounds and yugoloths. Going down a level, we have mounted creatures and vehicles, some basing supplies, and spell templates. These are great to tell you how big your fireball should be. Alright, now some people might say I have too many minis, but I would actually argue that I don't have enough minis. You saw all that vacant space on those shelves, right? I've got to fill it up. Okay, so remember at the start when I said take a guess at how many minis I have? Now's the time to count them up. So get that number in your head, and here we go. Okay, so you saw I have quite a few minis, but what's our actual number? Well, for unpainted minis, we're at 868 minis. And for painted minis, we're at 1,741 minis. That brings us to a combined total of 2,609 minis. Okay, so maybe I do have too many minis, but that doesn't mean I'm going to stop collecting anytime soon. How many do you have? I'd love to hear how close you were with your guess. So what are some other ways people can store their minis? I see a lot of people use plastic tubs to carry their minis, to organize them and sort them. And I think that's great. That's definitely a lower cost option. So when I would travel to stores to play Adventurers League games, I would use a tub. And stuff it with a little foam padding to make sure things weren't moving around too much. Just please don't throw them all in a big plastic bag. So I would love to hear how you store and organize your minis. If you've got ideas on how I can make my system even better, I'd love to hear it in the comments. All right, that'll do it for this week's video. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Click the notification bell here on YouTube so you never miss a video. Check me out over on Instagram and Twitter, where I post hand-painted minis every Tuesday and Thursday. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.